just catch my breath quick here. Howdy doody, fellow Mamarinos. How have you been? How was that? I'm doing just super. I feel like I'm still coming down from my bake sale high from a couple weeks back, but I'm chasing a new high now, a runner's high, as you can probably tell from my, state. The PTA is between projects right now, and Beverly, bless her pea-picking heart, decided this is a great time to bring us closer together as a group, to form a sacred bond, a pact. So she invited us all to join the local chapter of Mothers on the Jog, which she leads, of course. It's so good to see mothers in leadership positions. She's got this, she's got PTA, I've got book club. We have so much in common. It's almost like we should be best friends or something. I mean, she probably has so many friends, but I mean, we shouldn't we? Be best friends. I asked the gals at book club, and they didn't have much to say on the subject. This isn't the Beverly, bless her pea-picking heart, fan club, they said. You care too much what this woman thinks, they said. Just start the meeting so we can get home to our kids, they said. Except I wasn't sure how to go about starting the meeting because I didn't have time to read the book. I know, I'm the president, but I just have a lot on my plate right now, I've got this and, that. I'm just a bit tired. In a good way. You would know if you'd ever been on a good jog before. You show up tired from all the other weights of the world, from the parenting and the wifing and the cooking and the cleaning and the being, and when you leave, you're tired for a whole new reason. You leave tired because you did something. You leave tired because you chose to be tired, and that's good. That's better. And then someone, cough cough Joni Hellman, gets all hot and bothered. She's all, some of us don't get a choice in what makes us tired, and I don't even know, something, I shouldn't be making her feel bad that she doesn't have time to run because she's always running around doing everything for everyone else. Oh yes, Joni, because you're so very busy doing whatever it is you do on your computer all day. You're so busy going wherever it is you go off to every night. You're so busy divorcing your husband. And then she says, on top of all that, whatever all that is supposed to be, at least she still makes the time to read the book club books. I did not appreciate her sass. Not one bit. I do so much for the book club. I purchase appetizers from the Cub Foods they just put in down the street. I research the hottest romance novels for our age demographic. I offer up my sitting room for meetings, and she just shows up twice a month to drink free cocktails and mock my choice of literature. She has the guts to suggest that I'm the one who is slacking off. I just don't know what's gotten into her. I bet she could get it out of her if she had a program like Mothers on the Jog. If she had a group to be a part of with other moms with common interests, because I, for one, feel as though being a part of this organization has given me a support group. I was worried at first because the other mothers are all from the Sparkling Springs development, but Beverly, bless her pea-picking heart, really knew how to make a Quarry Creek gal feel at home. She started the meeting with icebreakers. I start my meetings with icebreakers. Of course, my questions are usually silly, simple little things like manis or patties, or if someone else cooked you dinner for once. Well, that one's pretty unrealistic, but her question was, what would you do to be a better mother? And that really got me thinking, I mean, first I had to take into account what the question was asking. Did it mean what would I aspire to be as a mother? I mean, of course I'd want to be more like Beverly, bless her pea-pickin' heart, because she's so darned good at everything she does, but I couldn't very well say that in front of the whole group, could I? I mean, that'd be silly, right? But then it also could have meant how far would I go to be a better mother, and of course I would do anything. Anything. I would do anything. And then they got around to me and I still didn't have an answer, so I panicked and said that I would make more healthy snacks. And everyone smiled and nodded knowingly, so I felt like I must have been doing something right. I feel like I could go for a healthy snack right now. It's been a couple of days since Mother's on the Jog, and I still feel tuckered out. Helen was all concerned about me at the meeting. She said her son Christopher is in track and field, and even when he comes home from really long practices, he's never as pooped as I am. He's a little worn out, sure, but she says once she cooks him up his favorite dinosaur nuggets and gets him in his favorite Incredibles jammies and reads him his favorite Flash comic books before bed, he's as good as new. And then I asked her how she manages to get all of her kids ready for bed every night if they're all getting their favorite everythings. And she says that's not a problem because she only has the one kid, Christopher. And then we did the whole thing where I say I'm sure I've heard her talk about some other child before, some Juniper or Vidalia or Birch or someone. And she says I'm confused. And we go through the whole shebang just like every other time we talk about our kids. And by the time we're done, I feel more exhausted than I do from these jogs. But still, I mean, of course her kid isn't as exhausted as I am. He's a kid. He's just a little kid running laps around his school's gym or something. He's gonna get a participation trophy or whatever, but it isn't gonna last. It doesn't mean anything. Me, I'm really jogging. This is real. This is the big leagues. I'm making friends. I'm making a difference in my life. You think you can do all that in the 5th grade? I'll tell you what, I could not have done then what I can do now. I didn't even know I could do now what I can do now. We did these partner stretches, right, to warm up. And I got partnered with Sharon Paulson, I know. And we had to do this maneuver where one of us had to help the other pull her leg around her in a direction legs are certainly not supposed to go in. And I was sure I couldn't do it, but we were right next to Beverly, bless her pea-pickin' heart. And boy, for how many kids she's popped out, she sure is a bendy little thing. And I didn't want to give Sharon yet another opportunity to be her little second-in-command copycat, so I got down on the ground and I hoisted my foot around and there I was, doing whatever it was we were doing. And then, my leg popped a little bit, but I looked over to see Beverly, bless her pea-pickin' heart, and she was nodding at me, approvingly. And for that moment, for that one little moment, me with my leg twisted to high heaven, her nodding approvingly, for that moment, I felt like maybe we were... Well, that's silly, I mean, isn't it? But still, it felt good, I think. It was a good stretch, and good stretches aren't necessarily supposed to feel good, and it certainly didn't feel good while we were running, but I did feel it, and I still feel it. It's that constant little ache in the back of my mind, you know? And in the back of my thigh. Heather says that's not normal. Heather says if you stretch yourself too hard, you can do serious damage to yourself. And I said, what, am I going to stretch my chakras out of alignment? And she said, no, I'm gonna mess up my actual physical muscles. And I said, I'm gonna mess them up so they're disconnected with my astral aura, right? And she said, no, this is a matter of actual medical concern. But what would Heather know about medical concern? She's a yoga instructor. What's she gonna do? Meditate the flu away? Downward dog the chicken pox? Tree pose a broken bone? That's not medicine. That's not even real exercise. What I'm doing, that's real. What I'm doing is real. She's sitting in a gym somewhere with her Om Shama empanadas. I'm doing something. I'm going somewhere. I'm going everywhere. All of us jogging close behind our valiant leader, Beverly. Bless her pea-pickin' heart. We covered the whole town. Ran laps around our everyday lives. We went places I didn't even know existed. We went places I didn't want to know existed, but now I know so much. I've seen so much, and I can only see more, know more, as long as I keep following her, so long as we all keep following her. No matter how tired, no matter how worn, no matter how lost, we have to power through. We power through because while we may feel weak, feel we can't go on any longer, she only grows stronger with each block, each stride, each breath. We power through no matter how tired, no matter how sore, no matter how lost. We follow her. We must. And I would follow her. I would follow her to the ends of the earth. I would follow her off the ends of the earth. I'd follow her. Beverly, bless her pea-pickin' heart. Sorry. Just let me catch my breath. What was I talking about? I don't know. But I know Mothers on the Jog was a good time and a great idea, and the book club ladies don't know what they're talking about. They say I've been different since joining. They say I look, I don't know, vacant or empty or something. I tell them it's nothing. Because it is. Nothing. I should really try to get Jeremy into jogging. Maybe if I took away his video games. No hanging out with your friend Jasper until you get some physical activity. That's a joke. I mean, maybe. Anywho, I still haven't gotten around to reading the book, but I don't have to, because I know it was Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, and I know the theme was love. Obviously. That's it for this week. Say hi to the kids for me. Bye-bye.
Momcast is written, voiced, and produced by Lily Indy. Follow Brenda on Twitter and Instagram at MomcastPodcast, and tune in every other Sunday on your favorite podcast platform, so long as that platform is here, where this podcast is.